In other news, the nomination period for the next chief executive election has been pushed back by 5 days. Candidates can spend more this time, but even if the poll is uncontested, at least 750 votes from the election committee are needed to secure the city's top job. More from Johanna Chen.
Hong Kong's first chief executive election under the overhauled electoral system will take place on March 27th. But the nomination period was pushed back by 5 days to February 20th and shortened to 14 days instead of 16.
The finalized nomination period was designated, having discussed with the government, and the designation of the nomination period was in full compliance with the requirements in the Chief Executive Election Ordinance.
Sorry, Beijing officials' response.
I've nothing to add.
Under the new guidelines, the Electoral Affairs Commission said a candidate can spend a maximum of $17.6 million, up from $15.7 million. Candidates must have at least 188 nominations from the 1,500-strong election committee, with at least 15 coming from each of the 5 sectors in the powerful body. The members will gather at the Convention and Exhibition Center on March 27th to elect the person who will lead Hong Kong for 5 years starting on July 1st. Voting will take place between 9 and 11 a.m. If no candidate secures more than 750 votes needed to get the city's top job, a second round will be held from 3 to 4 p.m., with a third round at 7 p.m. if there's still a deadlock. If the election is uncontested, the sole candidate would still need to qualify by gaining at least 750 ballots. Election committee members will not be required to use the Leave Home Safe app, although it is recommended.
But I must emphasize that the voting right is a fundamental constitutional right. The electoral legislation stipulated that all registered electors are entitled to vote, and there is no provision to stop a registered voter from voting.
So far, only film producer and businessman Check Lee Sin has expressed interest in running. Chief Executive Carrie Lam has remained tight-lipped on whether she'll seek a second term. Johanna Chen, HKIBC.